Merry Christmas and good morning, church family, and everyone watching. My name is Chad, and I'm the pastor at Commonplace Avenue, and I have the privilege of coming into your home this Christmas morning and sharing Jesus with you for a few moments. If you have spent any time with us this Advent season as a church family, you'll know that we have been walking through the dysfunctional family tree of Jesus together. And last night, our series culminated with the incarnation of Jesus, which is a fancy church word for God taking on flesh and becoming like us. Last night, as Josh spoke on Jesus coming into this world from John chapter 1, his emphasis was on this from verse 14. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory. Glory as of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. And then he further explained it from Eugene Peterson's The Message translation that says this: the Word became flesh and blood and moved into the neighborhood. And this is where I want to spend a little bit of time digging in this morning. When we reflect on Jesus moving into the neighborhood, the implication here is that God left where he called home and came to the place where we call home. But not only that, instead of showing up as God in all of his glory and splendor, he became like us so we could know him. And consequently, so he could become our substitution in absorbing God's wrath for sin on our behalf. Now, all of us have neighbors in some form, and some of them we know very well, and some of them we haven't even met yet, and there are many stages in between those two. Further along in John's Gospel, from where Josh was preaching last night, in John 17, Jesus describes what kind of neighbor he is to us. John 17:3 reads like this: And this is eternal life, that they know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent. You see, Jesus didn't move into our neighborhood because we have a great school system, or lower taxes, or better parks. Jesus moved into our neighborhood so we could know him, so we could know God, and as a result, experience eternal life. One of my favorite authors, A.W. Tozer, explains this verse like this: knowledge by acquaintance is always better than knowledge by description. What he means by this is that what Jesus describes here in John 17:3 is not possessing factual information about Jesus, but about experiencing life with him in relationship that results in eternal transformation. See, I want you to think about this today, church. Jesus doesn't want to be the unknown neighbor that you have information about that you got from your other neighbors that you're closer to. No, he's moved into the neighborhood, so to speak, so that you could personally experience him and his life in you. So as you celebrate today and in this season, don't settle for making Christmas about Jesus, but instead lean in and take time to experience Jesus himself. Make more time to be alone in prayer. Spend more time in his word as a family and ask him to speak in your midst. Be intentional about reflecting on all the areas where he has brought real life this year to you, and on all the areas that still need his life in yours this upcoming year. Church family, I pray that in your celebration of Jesus today and in this season, that you will experience real eternal life. His name is Jesus. Be blessed, church family, and Merry Christmas.